This week's three-notched weekly preview. South Alabama comes to Bridgeforth after about a month away from the Valley. JMU finally returns, and South Alabama, they're coming in off of a home loss to Central Michigan, a little bit of a fluky game, but Central Michigan out of the MAC goes into South Alabama's house and takes down the Jaguars. Kane Womack, the head coach, he's in his third season, his 17-12 record. The Jaguars, they had 4 first-place votes in the West in the preseason poll, and arguably was the best team last year coming out of the Sun Belt West. I would say they were better than Troy, but Troy, the rightful champions. Jaguars did dominate a Power 5 school just 2 weeks ago at their place, a 33-7 win against Oklahoma State, where they kind of destroyed them on the ground. I believe they had 243 rushing yards, which is really, really impressive. The Jaguars' offensive rushing attack is one of the best in the nation. They nearly won at UCLA last season as well, and they have one of the best quarterbacks in the Sun Belt who knows how to win on the road. What does JMU have to do to win?
Secondary, again, right? Secondary is probably going to step up and have a nice game. Callan Lacey, a receiver for them, is probably the most dangerous receiver in the Sun Belt. He's at least up there. Really good going deep, can make guys miss in the open field. Just an elite receiver. Carter Bradley, a really good quarterback. Their offense is definitely scary. Defensively, I think they were kind of expecting to be better than they've been through 4 games. So I would anticipate at some point the Jaguars play more consistent defense. And then sort of the other factor I would consider here is the home crowd. If JMU can get a boost from the home crowd, I think that maybe could be the difference in a game that's expected to be pretty tight, but it should be a challenge nonetheless.
Yeah, I wrote that down too, that South Alabama had one of the best, if not the best defense at the end of the year in the Sun Belt. And now this year, they are getting absolutely shredded against the pass. Those numbers a little inflated because of what Tulane did to them. But it is a little like concerning that Tulane was able to just like absolutely slice them open. They actually rank worse against the pass than JMU does against the pass. South Alabama, they allow 0.21 EPA per play, which is 120th in the nation out of 132 schools. JMU, for comparison, and we all complain about JMU's pass defense. 0.06 allowed on a per play basis, which is 84th in the nation. JMU's strength is passing it. So kind of like what I was talking about earlier, how I don't think they're conservative. I think things just haven't clicked. This is a game where it needs to click. This is a game where you have a clear advantage, where your team, EPA per play, EPA per game, success rate, all of that in the passing game, all of those metrics tell you should be able to pass the ball extremely well. Jordan McLeod, according to a few statistical categories, is a better quarterback than Carter Bradley. He's a more efficient quarterback than Carter Bradley. JMU has the better receiver. This might be like a heavyweight offensive battle, though, because South Alabama can also pass it at a pretty solid rate.
That's what it feels like, right? It's like, can your quarterback play well and can your secondary play well? And if you go like 2 for 2, you probably win the game.
Well, I really think South Alabama, because they have one of the best rushing attacks in the entire nation, is going to be a little hell-bent on establishing the run. Their running back, LaDamian Webb, has 52 carries this season, 346 yards, and 6 touchdowns in 4 games. Really solid stuff. I think they're really going to lean on him. He has a 44% success rate, which is very solid, and he averages 12.68 EPA this season.
They got some guys. Should be a good one.